Hello, everybody. My name's Rick McCutcheon. I'm a Dynamics 365 MVP, and I'm here today on Partner Talks with a very special guest, Bobby Small. Bobby, introduce yourself and tell us all about who you are and what you do.
You bet. Good morning, Rick, and thanks for having me here. My name is Bobby Small. I've been in the Dynamics channel for about 21 years now. Most of it currently was as an end user. I was a developer and an IT director using Dynamics AX of all versions. Didn't quite get to D365 until I switched to the partner side in 2020. And so currently I've been with Ellipse Solutions since then in a couple of different roles as a business analyst, and then currently as a channel alliance developer working with Microsoft and ISVs and partners to, just uplift all the boats and champion Microsoft Dynamics.
And Bobby, when both of us have been involved with communities for a long time, and when I think about the EMEA F&O finance community, you're one of the people I think about. So tell me a little bit about, or my audience, a little bit about your history with communities and what you're doing today.
Yeah, so I went to the first, it was like 2010 in Vegas. We were just getting ready to do one of our upgrades from 3.0 to 2009. So wanted to kind of immerse in the education side to learn about the software and caught the bug. I mean, it was just such a great opportunity to network, kind of started that journey of networking and meeting people who were doing what I was doing. And then went through our upgrade. And then it wasn't until about 2014 that, or late 2013 that got involved locally at Colorado, attended my first, maybe second meeting, but it was an impactful one. And of course, at the time, or even now, I'm definitely a volunteer mindset. So the person who was leading the meeting was like, we need volunteers to help out and lead this local chapter. And so, raised my hand. And so since 2014, I've been leading the Colorado chapter in various forms through COVID. Even when I wasn't in the channel for about 8 months, kind of did some virtual meetings to keep it going, because community is really important to me. And I didn't want to see it, something I built and helped, be a part of for so long, die in the vine as we went through that weird period of being, virtual. And then got back into it, when things got rolling again with a local user who was interested in doing the same. So she and I have been running it. Her name is Michelle, been running the local chapter here again and thriving again, which is great.
And you know what I love about sort of community, because I've been involved for a long time as well, is, people kind of drift in, have a look around and say, hey, there's people like me out there, because I never met anybody else who did F&O or CRM or Business Central. And then they start the conversation, they, become part of the network, and then they become leaders and helping the next person come through. And I think it's a great opportunity for anybody out there who's not involved or new to Dynamic or business applications, I should say, find your community and get involved. So your community is part of the Doug organization. And they're having their big show coming up in May in your hometown. So tell us a little bit about DynamicsCon and your involvement.
Yeah. So, again, coming along with this mindset that I rarely say no unless I say no. I mean, I've got a pretty wide berth of things that, I'm involved in. And at some point, in 2015 or so, I started helping with the programming of the national events. So, that were happening at that time. And that kind of carried over, when Molly started DynamicsCon live and virtual, she reached out and said, hey, would you mind helping out on the F&O side? So starting in about 2021, probably started helping out with the DynamicsCon live F&O program, along with a great committee of 4 or 5 folks, a couple users, people from Microsoft. And so been involved in the programming side of it. And one of the things that has made this event pretty unique from a programming standpoint, at least from the F&O side, is that we have taken the stance of making this a kind of a really flowing experience for the end user. If they're paying attention, day one starts in an area and it brings them all the way through to day 2, 3, whatever it turns out to be. It was a 1-day, 2-day, now it's a 3-day kind of educational conference as it's grown. And we've been able to retain this kind of really intimate feel to the programming side of it, which I find to be really unique. And also, it allows for the people who are there, if you're there with the F&O track, you really get to know all the other F&O people. It's so, again, so the first time that I did this was in San Antonio, and I likened it to like a sleepover camp. You're in the same room with the same people for 2 days, making, light and learning about, dynamics, and you come out with some great friends and a couple of macaroni pictures at the end that, that really make it a full experience.
And I find the DynamicsCon show is the right size. So, if we look at, San Antonio, growing from 300 or 400 people, I think this year we're going to be well over 1,000. But we're still kind of the right size, and where you get to talk to everybody, or everybody like in your group, you'll be able to talk to, be able to interact with them. It's not a big trade show. It's a lot of vendors, but it's more tabletop. So you feel more comfortable walking around. And I think people leave that, after 3 days of DynamicsCon, have a really great feeling about, the product, what they do, their career, and a lot of ideas for growth, right? Where can I take my company? But not only where can I take myself? How do I take myself to the next level as a business applications profession?
Yeah, you nailed it. There's more space for folks that are attending to talk to the experts that are there, and the experts are everywhere. I mean, don't discount, like, every ISV table is filled with people who have been doing this for 15, 20 years. The experience level at every place you stop is immense. And a lot of these folks have moved through different areas too. So they might currently be at an EDI ISV, but they know lots of stuff about the ecosystem, and Microsoft folks are there. So you've got, again, time to interact with these folks in a really relaxed way. It's not frenetic, and it's not rushed. It's, like you said, there's opportunity to learn and really take something measurable back to your organization.
So Bobby, are you presenting at the conference?
I am, but this will be the first year in a while that I won't be like front and center. I'm supporting the end user that I worked with. Michelle submitted a topic on how to maximize your investment in Dynamics. So, once you've got it in place, it doesn't sit there stagnant. So that's the goal of the topic, is to hear ways to, to expand and make sure you're using everything you've got. And she asked me to co-present, so I'll be working with her as the lead. Other than that, I'll be just hanging around, ready to talk to people about Dynamics. It'll be a little bit more relaxed for me, I think.
Okay, Bobby, outstanding. I'm looking forward to getting together when we're at DynamicsCon and hearing more about what's going on with your community and, some of the things we're doing with the enterprise community. So looking forward to May in Denver.
Yeah, looking forward to hosting everybody.
Have a great day, and bye for now.
Yep, thanks, Rick. You too.